forgetting that button. My bad, guys. Appreciate Carl Uptakes on letting me know there's no audio, but we have PFL, some combat anthology here for you guys. We did hit a Don King and a Thomas Hearns auto right there, so hopefully you guys saw it at least. We got Matt Riddle, Oleg Taktarov, Frank Shamrock, John Fitch, and an auto for Pedro Rizzo. Nice hit for Pedro Rizzo right there. Ben Askren, 59 out of 149 for Antonio Carlos Jr. on the blue. DeCheva, Tom Sylvia, and Mark Coleman to finish that off. Oh man, Usman Nurmagomedov. We got Alex Hammerstone, Bobby Fish, Clay Collard, Bas Rutten, Satoshi Kojima, and on the red, 83 out of 199 for Kurt Angle, or as we like to call him here, Perk Angle, because of all the perks he was on in TNA. Josh Barnett on the Immortals, Mike Tyson, Ring Royalty, and Satoshi Kojima once again. Oleg Popov, Marco Ruiz, Patsy Mix, Pedro Rizzo, Dakota DeCheva, Corey Anderson, and on the ring bell, Corey Anderson, 34 out of 49 for Corey Anderson. Nice hit there. Bellator. Bas Rutten on the Immortals, Ultimo Guerrero, and Ben Askren on the Immortals as well. That does it for box number 1. Moving forward into box number 2. Box, 4 packs. Let's get it rolling. Nascimento on the first card. Fabian Edwards, Josh Thompson, Thomas Hearns. Ooh, Shotzi. That's nice on the Ring Royalty auto. That's actually a sick card right there. Love Shotzi. That's sick. Nice hit for Shotzi on that one. Mark Schultz on the blue. Brock Anderson, 115 out of 149. Good hit for Brock Anderson right there. Tony Atlas, Maurice Smith, and Maurice Smith. You got the white and the gray if you didn't know or couldn't see the difference right there. Vadim Nemkov, Donovan Dijak, Gotzi, Rabadinov, Tim Sylvia, Impa Casagane, Luke Rockhold. Antonio Carlos Jr., 54 out of 75 on the microphones. Nice hit for Antonio Carlos Jr. Followed by Matt Hughes on the Immortals, Alex Hammerstone, Ring Royalty, and Matt Hughes once again. Alex Hammerstone is just, he looks like a even thicker Alan Ritchson, especially with the hair. Alright, should be getting another auto out of this. I think it's 2 per box. Should be. Liz Carmucci, Tom Lawler, Sadibo Sai, Simon Powell, MMA Stars, John Fitch, number 66 of 90. Nice hit for John Fitch right there. Cool card. Fedor Emelianenko, Mike Tyson, 107 out of 149. Love getting a Mike Tyson number. Yeah. We got the Hulkster on that one. Another Hulkster on that one. And Floyd Mayweather Jr. Let's get these out of the way real quick. Give me one sec, guys. even all right, get into the last last pack for box number 2. Ric Flair hit him with a woo. Chad Jean, Brent Primus, Gary Goodridge, Nathan Kelly, Mark Coleman on Ray, Tyler Santos on 55 out of 75 for the microphones right there. Nice hit. Mark Kerr, dude's freaking jacked. Hulk Hogan on the Ring Royalty and Tony Atlas on the Classics. All right, moving on to box number 3. Empty box. Ultimo Guerrero. Vassal, Chris Lieben, David Abbott. Ooh, Matt Hughes, 38 out of 49 on the matte signatures for Matt Hughes. Nice hit on the blue right there. Chris Cyborg, Ben Askren. John Fitch, number 143 out of 199 on the red. Another Ric Flair right there, followed up by Matt Hughes to finish it off. Paul Hughes, Tony Ellis, Mike Tyson, Romanov, Corey Anderson, and Mystico, followed up by Brock Anderson, number 37 out of 125 for Brock Anderson. Finish off Matt Hughes and Quentin Rampage Jackson on the Immortals. John Jones, Tony Collins Jr., Chuck Liddell, C.W. Anderson, and following up Matt Classics, Tony Atlas. 25 out of 99 on the matte signatures right there. That's cool. Tony Atlas, Chuck Congo, Logan Storley, Brent Primus, 57 out of 57 out of 125 on the purple right there. Finish off with Chuck Liddell and Fedor Emelianenko on the Ring Royalty. Moldavsky, Ngannou, Jackson, Hulk Hogan, John Albin, Phil Davis, following up the blue of Paul Walter Hauser. I actually think we have our Kaboom coming up right now, if I'm not mistaken. 55 out of 149. Oh, no, not a Kaboom. Corey Anderson on the little parallel right there. Nice hit for Corey Anderson. That is not numbered, but still looks really clean. The little kind of X thing that has going on. And Paul Walter Hauser. You guys know who that is, right? You know who Paul Walter Hauser is? You ever seen Cobra Kai? That's him, the fat guy, Stingray.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah. That's sick. Followed by Fedor and Ric Flair to finish that off. Yeah, that dude's hilarious. He I don't know if he did wrestling or does wrestling every now and again. He'll kind of jump in on a small promo.
Okay.
It's actually kind of cool. Alright, empty box right there. Antonio Carlos Jr., Chuck Liddell, C.W. Anderson, Valentin Moldavsky, Ben Askren, number 14 out of 25 on the MMA Stars auto. That is sick. Love Ben Askren. Love how he knocked the guy out in 0.5 seconds and then got knocked out in 0.5 seconds. Jesus Pineda on our red. We got Mark Schultz, 59 out of 99 right there. Nice hit for Mark Schultz. We got Cyborg, Mike Tyson, and Fedor Emelianenko. Jake Hadley, Daniel Cormier, Impa Kasagane on the auto right there. Nice hit for Impa. That is not numbered. Still cools out. Kabalev, Molvid Kabalev, and Paul Hughes, 16 out of 25 on that nice little parallel. I'm assuming it's a cracked ice. I don't know the exact terminology for it, but it just looks so cool. That's a nice hit for Paul Hughes right there. Chael Sonnen, Mark Kerr, and Guy Mesger. The, what does he call himself? The original gangster, or the gangster?
What's your name?
Chael Sonnen. Calls himself something. Ken Shamrock, Taegnam Kim, Matt Hughes, Mesger, John Jones, Sullivan Cauley. Mark Kerr, number 36 out of 149. That's it for Mark Kerr. I haven't seen the Smashing Machine yet, but it looks really good. Followed up by Francis Ngannou on the Immortals, Mayweather, Ring Royalty, and Chuck Liddell to finish off that one right there. We got one more pack for this box. Sorry about that. Francis Ngannou, Quinn Jackson, Albin, Hulk Hogan, Ultimo Guerrero, Kung Lee, Paige VanZant, a little PBZ action, 9 out of 75 on the microphones. Tim Sylvia, Ric Flair, and Ric Flair once again. Next box. Appreciate you. Empty box. What's in the box? Usman Nurmagomedov, Alex Hammerstone, Bobby Fish, Clay Collard, Bas Rutten, Linton Vassell, Chris Lieben. On our red, we got Rodrigo Nascimento, 65 out of 199 right there. Following up, Frank Shamrock and Brock Anderson. Liz Carmucci, Sadibu Sai, whatever his name is, Simon Powell, Luke Rockhold on the auto right there. Nice hit for Luke Rockhold. David Abbott, Paul Hughes on the blue, Floyd Mayweather Jr., 131 out of 149. You got both. Need some Dakota Mojo, absolutely. I completely agree. Honestly, it's kind of cool. We've gotten like two, the biggest boxers in this product on a number card. Got Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather. Shotzi and Nurmagomedov to finish that one off. Who else you got in here, Carl, or is it just Dakota? Nascimento, Fabian Edwards. David Abbott on the MMA All-Stars looks a lot cooler there than he does in his base card photo. Nice hit. Now Mike Tyson, Alexander Romanov, red for Liz Carmucci on the number 4 out of 99. Nice hit. Thomas Hearns looks kind of scary right there. Looks like a skeleton. And Frank Shamrock to finish it off. Last pack for the box. Oh, just Hearns. Oh, nice. Okay. Well, let's hope we can get some Dakota up in this. Ric Flair, Thad Jean, Primus, Goodridge, Kelly, Tony Atlas, Gabriel Braga on the red. Oleg Popov, 35 out of 99 right there. Hughes and Oleg Taktarov on the classics. Alright, this brings us to our halfway point. No kaboom just yet, but I'm sure we'll get there. Empty box. Uncle Ruiz, Tashi Mix, Rizzo, Dakota Cheva, Ivan Putski, Francis Ngannou, Quentin Jackson falling up out of 199, Renan Ferreira. Nice hit. And now for C.W. Anderson and Kurt Angle. Look at that. That's kind of cool. I don't know if that's when he first got into WWE or maybe he was still wrestling in the Olympics. But either way, we know he had hair there. Perk Angle, once again, Floyd Mayweather, Don King, Guy Mesger, Kung Lee on the MMA Stars auto. That is not numbered, but it's still really nice. Johnny Albin, Hulk Hogan, purple for Ultimo Guerrero. Nice parallel right there, 130 out of 125. Matt Riddle and Mark Coleman. I'm happy to see Matt Riddle in the product, you know? I thought he was really good at WWE, but I think he had like a lot of other issues going on. Tom Erickson, Koscheck, Kenta, Deontay Wilder, Matt Riddle once again, Antonio Carlos following up with Chuck Liddell, and we got Rulon Gardner, number 95 out of 125 for Rulon Gardner. Ivan Butsky. And Shotzi on the ring royalty. Oleg Taktarov. I don't know why they used that photo of him. Frank Shamrock. John Fitch. Oleg Popov. And on our auto, Maurice Smith on the auto right there. Nice hit from Maurice Smith. Number 62 out of 99. Followed by C.W. Anderson. Valentin Moldavsky. Liz Carmucci. Once again. Number 23 out of 149. Kung Lee and Pat Hughes. Paul Hughes, sorry. I was thinking of Matt Hughes. Alright, this marks our halfway point. Let's get to it. I really love this product. I think it's a really fun rip. Empty box. Get a little bit of everything, you know? I think that's why it's so fun. Demetrius Johnson, Minor Suzuki, Jason Jackson, Butterbean auto. There we go. And that was not centered, so I ruined that. The camera moved a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. Must have hit it. Anyways, we got a Butterbean auto. Thank you for letting me know, Carl. Yeah, I noticed that like at the end. I think the wire connects down here, and so I think I might have, when I moved my leg, I kicked it. Butterbean auto, that is sick. We love that. Whoever got Butterbean, you should be happy because, I mean, it's Butterbean, right? The dude looks like a freaking tank right here, right? See, us big guys, it's a side profile thing. And you may sit there and say, oh, you don't look big. Trust me, I weigh 245. I'm hefty. Phil Davis, Chris Lieben, 111 out of 199. Nice hit for Chris Lieben right there. Ngannou, Chael Sonnen, and Bobby Fish. Can't believe we got a Butterbean auto. I'm going to let Tony know. He's going to be so upset. He's going to want to pull his auto. Hey. Kimo Leopoldo. Dude, freaking jacked. This looks like the 2003 Final Boss. All the tribal tattoos, the goatee. Just pure MMA. Tom Erickson. Kochek. Kenta, Deontay Wilder. Chris Cyborg on the ring bell. We got Thomas Hearns, 24 out of 49 right there. Following up with Gary Goodridge, who looks like a giant buff baby right there because he's so bald and looks so smooth like a porpoise. Kojima and Jackson. Vincent Vassell, Chris Lieben, David Abbott, Paul Hughes, Czech Congo on the auto right there. Nice. You got a lot of the big names we've gotten some nice hits for. Czech Congo once again. And look at that on the ring bells. We got Tom Erickson. He just looks like a normal middle-aged dad. But I guarantee this guy would just murk us. Minoru Suzuki, Ric Flair, and Matt Hughes. Wow. I don't know how that happened. Tony Atlas, Mike Tyson, Romanov, Castellastinius, Logan Storley on the blue. We got Jason Jackson, bookend, 149 out of 149. That's cool. Nice looking card right there. Daniel Cormier, Deontay Wilder, and Quentin Jackson. Keep it moving. These boxes a little closer. There we go. Still looking for a Kaboom. Dude, a Butterbean Kaboom would be freaking sick. Empty box. Butterbean Kaboom is what we want, guys. If not Mike Tyson Kaboom, would be kind of cool too. Mystica, Satoshi Kojima, Mark Coleman, Peter Olemenko, Gatti, Rabadanov, Tim Sylvia, and Frank Shamrock, number 56 out of 125. Nice hit for Frank Shamrock right there. Thomas Hearns and Pedro Rizzo. Phil Davis, Cyborg, Ben Askren. Ooh, we got something cool coming up right here. Corey Anderson. Chuck Liddell on the auto. Holy heck, that is nice. That is not numbered, but dude, look at that card. That is sick. Dude, Chuck Liddell and a Butterbean auto today is crazy. Good hit for the Chuck Liddell spot right there. Vadim Nemkov, Donovan Dijak, Paige Van Sant, once again, number 58 out of 125. Little PVZ action. There he is, Paul Walter Hauser. Look at him. That's Stingray right there. And Thomas Hearns. Dude, Chuck Liddell looks crazy. Once again, another Paul Walter Hauser. Ooh, we got something kind of cool coming up, it looks like. Paige Van Sant. Ikuru Kwan, sorry, 63 out of 99 on the Matt Classic Signatures. Nice hit for Ikuru Kwan spot right there. Fabian Edwards, Josh Thompson, Dakota Decheva, number 80 out of 199 on the PFL. Demetrius Johnson and Kenta on the Ring Royalty. We got some sick autos today. Tony's gonna be so upset. He really is. Congo, Logan Storley. Is it? Luke Rockhold, 131 out of 149. That's not it. But we got Brent Primus. It's a nice little hit right there for Brent Primus. Luke Rockhold, 131 out of 149 once again. Kenta and Paul Walter Hauser. Good stuff. Should be good there. Empty box. Talia Santos, Kakuri, Jake Hadley. Ooh, we got something cool coming up here. Hulk Hogan on the Classics Signature. Number 5 out of 10. Look at, he signed it the Hulkster. That's freaking tight. Dude, Hogan, Butterbean, Chuck Liddell. This is a crazy case right here. That is just tight. RIP to the Hulkster first and foremost. And that auto is just so sick. He didn't even say Hulk Hogan. He didn't say Hogan, you know, just Hulkster. And that's what I'm talking about, brother. Floyd Mayweather on the microphone. We got Chuck Liddell, 46 out of 75. Matt Hughes, Quentin Jackson, and Minoru Suzuki. Dude, see what I'm saying is why this product is fun to rip. You got Chuck Liddell, Butterbean, and Hulk Hogan. Where else can you get those autos? Probably somewhere else, but like, you know, not normally, right? Jesus Pinedo on the auto right there. Nice hit. Not numbered, but still really nice for Jesus Pinedo spot. Ivan Putski. Chael Sonnen, number 53 out of 125. Nice hit for Chael Sonnen. Chuck Liddell, Fedor Emelianenko, and Butterbean to finish it off. Dude. Yeah, dude, right, Carl? This is crazy. Butterbean, Liddell, and the Hulkster. Honestly, I think that auto is just so sick. Like, he could have just been simple with it and, you know, decided, you know what, I'm not going to do anything crazy. Alex Hammerstone, 158 out of 199. But he's like, you know what, we're going to go with the Hulkster. I think that makes that card so sick. Brock Anderson, T.J. Dillashaw, Chael Sonnen, Mads Krul Kruger, Andrei Kroshkov, Kurt Angle on the microphones. We got Deontay Wilder right there. Nice hit for Deontay Wilder. Ric Flair on the Classics. Deontay Wilder once again. And another Hulk Hogan to 10. What the heck? Number 2 out of 10 for the Hulk Hogan spot right there. And that's what I'm talking about, brother. 2 Hulk Hogans in one box is crazy. Both numbered to 10. 1 auto, 1 classic. That is just so sick. Huh?
Good case.
Really good case. Yeah, this thing is crazy.
Still no kaboom.
Still no kaboom yet, though. Imagine just to get a Hulkster kaboom. Speak it into existence, right?
Yep.
Empty box. Got Bobby Fish, Clay Collard, Boss Rutan, Liz Carmucci, Matt Classics for Bobby Fish. Nice hit for Bobby Fish, number 4 out of 99. Tony hit the Hogan Flair. He did, yeah. I wonder if they only put the Hulkster autos on load numbered. Possibly. Yeah, the Hulk Hogan sticker last week, I think it was just Hulk Hogan. Don King. Mystico, 75 out of 199. Josh Barnett on the Immortals, followed by Mike Tyson and Matt Riddle. But, dude, two numbered Hulksters to 10 is crazy. And like I said, the auto is just so nice. But, Tom, did you get the, who had the Ric Flair and Hulkster spot? I can't remember. I can't remember. I think Ric Flair went to Ric Flair, if I'm not mistaken. Simon Powell, Ric Flair. Oh, there it is. Paul Hughes on the Kaboom. There's our Kaboom, ladies and gentlemen. Nice hit for Paul Hughes right there. Not numbered. Still nice, though. That is. The Kabooms in here are nice. Really nice looking cards. Floyd Mayweather, Nathan Kelly, 179 out of 199. Well, we got the Kabooms. We got the Kaboom, I should say. Hulk Hogan and Frank Shamrock. We got some nasty autos, and we still got 2 more boxes left. Well, 2 more boxes. 2.2 boxes left, I should say. Taxi Mix. Cheva. Oh, Oleg Taxarov on the auto. Wow, that is a very misplaced auto. I wonder if he saw it. And have you had a couple cheap? Oh, okay, for sure. That is not numbered. Nice hit for Oleg, though. If you got him, that is a nice little auto. Too bad it's just not a little off to the side. 113 out of 199 for Matt Hughes. Boss Rutan, Ultimo Guerrero, and Kung Lee. Perk Angle, Mayweather. Magomedov, Perk Angle once again. Mark Kerr, 111 out of 199. Nice hit from Mark Kerr right there. Dude's a freaking unit. Mystico, Tony Atlas, and C.W. Anderson to finish off that box right there, guys. This has been a nice case of Combat Anthology. You know, Tony did pull the Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan dual auto, but I don't think he pulled a Butterbean or a Chuck Liddell. And the Hulkster out of 10 is crazy. He didn't get the Hulkster out of that for sure. I think once he gets back to work, I'm going to just tell him he can't do this no more. Because clearly, I pull better things. The first break of this, hit a Josh Barnett Super Auto. And oh, nice. Play caller, Bass Rutan, Carmucci. Talia Santos. Andre Koreshkov. Mark Coleman. 112 out of 125. Nice hit from Mark Coleman. We got Butterbean and Ivan Putski. Yeah, I know what you mean. Simon Powell, Ric Flair, I think we got an auto coming up. Logan Storley, Phil Davis. Chris Lieben on the auto right there. Number 66 out of 99. Is that 99 or is that? No, 85. I'm reading that all backwards. 85 out of 99. Wow. That is my fault. Sorry, guys. Kukuri, Jake Hadley. Thought I had to read that right. Fabian Edwards. That was out of 125. Satoshi Kojima and Kung Lee on the Immortals. There we go. Pedro Rizzo. Putski, Kurt Angle, Mayweather. Brock Anderson, TJ Dillashaw. Josh Kochek on the 70 out of 125. Nice little parallel for Kochek right there. Mark Coleman and Donovan Dijak to finish it off. Don King, Magomedov, Bobby Fish. Ooh, Ivan Putski on the Classics auto right there. Not going to say nothing mean about his auto. He's old. You see that though?
I could not find where the Chuck Liddell was numbered out of because it's so hard to see it. I was looking right now to where to put it.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize it was numbered because I was looking.
Did I call the number from Chuck Liddell?
I don't know. Either way, I couldn't even see it until right now. It's out of 8.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I'll show you. It's really hard to see. It's right on his glove.
No. Oh, I did not see that. Guys, the Chuck Liddell auto is number 4 out of 8. That is crazy. I thought it was a base auto.
I couldn't see it either, and then the light hit it, and then it popped, and I could see it. I did not see it at all. It's right on his glove, so it's hard to see.
That's crazy. Kabalev, 131 out of 149. Ben Askren and Emelianenko to finish off that box. So, guys, the Chuck Liddell is number 4 out of 8. I'm sorry. I I was really curious as to why it looked the way it did.
Yeah, I was like, this doesn't look anything like the non-numbered ones. It has to be numbered.
But it makes sense. Honestly, the number is very difficult to see. So we'll recap that, and you guys will see where it's at. I'll show you. Appreciate Kyle on that one. Empty box, last box of the case. Just dropping boxes. That's actually a really low number, Chuck Liddell. Gabriel Braga, Mike Tyson, Romanov, Stenis, Demetrius Johnson, Taekwon Kim, Matt Hughes, Ken Shamrock, number 100 out of 199 right there for Ken Shamrock. Donovan Dijak and Frank Shamrock to finish that off. I always forget which one was in the WWE. I think it was Frank Shamrock. Kind of is that numbering harder than the Vivid ones? They print over the bat on the back. He said, "Is it harder than?"
Yeah, it is. Honestly,
he said,
the
"Yeah."
The Vivid ones are brutal. They're right on the bat, so you can't see them on the Vivid. When you turn them around, they're literally on the bat, so you have to like angle them down to see them.
That's crazy. And Vassell, DC, Vijay Walsh, Masayuki Kakuri, number 104 out of 125 for Kakuri right there. Nice hit for Kakuri. Floyd Mayweather and C.W. Anderson. We should be. Hopefully, anyways, should be getting 2 more autos. Butterbean. Here we go. Oleg Taktarov. Sorry. On the auto, I think, is that his second auto for him? Possibly. Kai Mesger, John Jones, Thad Jean, number 41 out of 199 for Thad Jean. Fedor Emelianenko and Thomas Hearns to finish off that one. Last pack. Ken, oh, okay. Ken was in WWE. That makes more sense. Chris Lieben, David Abbott. We got another auto coming up. Paul Hughes, Tony Atlas. Number 3 out of 25 for Frank Shamrock. Dude, this freaking case was insane. Frank Shamrock auto, 3 out of 25. Nice hit for Frank Shamrock. Ferreira, Ken Shamrock to follow it up. Ric Flair, nice little numbered card on Ric Flair. What a pack to end on. 110 out of 149. Then we end up with Minoru Suzuki and Matt Riddle to finish off the break, ladies and gentlemen. Give us 1 second. We'll be right back with the recap. Oh, my bad.
Very good.
Crazy. All right, guys, we are back. Starting off with our low numbered cards in the front. Chuck Liddell, and right there, number 4 out of 8. If you can see that. Like, honestly, that because of this like little refractor thing they got going on in the background, it is very difficult to see in person. But that is sick. Nice Chuck Liddell. And then we got Hulk Hogan, number 5 out of 10. The Hulkster brother and then, look, out of 25, Frank Shamrock on the Cracked Ice, MMA Stars auto. Ben Askren, Cracked Ice, MMA Stars auto, 14 out of 25. Just big names. Matt Hughes out of 49. We got Bobby Fish out of 99. Ikuru Kwan out of 99. Chris Lieben out of 99. Maurice Smith, Tony Atlas, and John Fitch all to 99 right there. Nice hits for these auto spots. All of them are just so sick. Major players on this one. We got our base autos: Kung Lee, David Abbott, Luke Rockhold, Impa, Jesus Pinedo, Pedro Rizzo, Thomas Hearns, Butterbean. We love that. We love the Butterbean auto. Chet Congo, Ivan Putski. Don't be mean. Shotzi. That's a nice auto too right there. We love Shotzi. Oleg Taktarov twice. Look how. What happened? Like, yay, But still, it's Oleg auto, and we take that, right? But nice autos for this. And then, dude, come on. Out of 10, number 2 out of 10, Hulk Hogan on the classics. Nice hit for Hulk Hogan on that one. Then we got 16 out of 25 for Paul Hughes on the cracked dice. Nice hit. And then we got our out of 49. We got Corey Anderson, Thomas Hearns, and Tom Erickson out of 49s on the ring bell. Following up, we got out of 75 on the microphone, Deontay Wilder, Chuck Liddell, PVZ, Talia Santos, Antonio Carlos, and Don King. Next up, we got our out of 99s. Oleg Popov, Lars Camucci, Liz Camucci, I said Lars. Mark Schultz out of 99 right there as well. Our out of 125s, we got Kakuri, Josh Kochek, Fabian Edwards, Mark Coleman, Chael Sonnen, PVZ once again, Frank Shamrock, Rulon Gardner, Ultimo Guerrero, Brent Primus, and Brock Anderson. Thanks. Out of 149, we got Ric Flair, Wolvid Kovalev, Luke Rockhold, Jason Jackson, Liz Camucci, Floyd Mayweather, Mark Kerr, Paul Walter Hauser, Mike Tyson, Brock Anderson, and Antonio Carlos Jr. And we move forward to our out of 199s. Yeah. Thad Jean, Ken Shamrock, Mystico, Nathan Kelly, Matt Hughes, Mark Kerr, Alex Hammerstone, Dakota DeCheva, Chris Lieben, Brendan Ferreira, Rodrigo Nascimento, John Fitch, and Perk Angle. And then we finish it off with a few of the nice little short prints that we have. We got Brent Primus and Corey Anderson. And we got Paul Hughes to finish it off with the Kaboom. Nice hits, guys. Great case. And if you need anything graded, please feel free to check out the link in our Instagram bio. We do grading services through BGS and PSA. So if you grade with us through BGS and you are able to get a black label 10 out of 10, you are able to receive $200 in store credit or $200 in break credit based off your location. So other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday, and see you guys later.